devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer.
Hi guys, Daryl here. I hope you're having a great day because today is a wonderful time. We are here at Laguna to do a review on the Rev X. It's a new kid on the block brought to you by FK Motors. Now, you may be wondering, what is FK Motors? Just to give you a quick background, FK Motors originated in Singapore and it currently expanded to 8 countries. It actually has distribution centers in Germany, Portugal, Italy, most of Europe, and now looking to expand their products here in the Philippines. And today, one of their lineups is the Rev X, 125cc motorcycle. Now let's take a look at this bad boy, shall we? The first in this review is the styling. One that caught my attention is actually the rear tires. As you can see, it has a red lining, which is usually present in sport motorcycles, scooters, but since this motorcycle is being advertised as a city driving motorcycle that can also do racetracks and all those cool stuff, they added this red lining to emphasize that. To emphasize its aggressiveness, to emphasize its sportiness. So that's why you can see in the front and rear tire, it has those red lining. Now another thing that they have added is the slanted look on the headlamp, and it gives this aggressive design because usually in sport motorcycles, sport cars, a slanted look typically means aggressive or sportiness, and they have applied that to the Rev X scooter. Another thing that I noticed is the feet area. It's actually an open feet area. As you can observe on other motorcycles, it usually has this blocker on the feet, but it's not present here in the Rev X. This is typically good for beginners. It's like literally sitting in a chair. There's no difference to it. So this is friendly for beginners. This is good for packing groceries because you can typically put your groceries in here between your feet. So that is another advantage of an open feet area. Now, if you can observe the seat here, what they used here is a non-stick material. So no matter what kind of dress you're using, what kind of materials of cloth you're wearing, this would definitely help you combat the slippiness. And over here, we have a passenger handlebar, again, making it more friendly to the passengers. Typically, what a passenger can do is hold on to this while you're riding. If you're not that too close, usually passengers hold on to the rider, but some riders are not comfortable with that and they prefer the passengers holding on the sides, which makes it even easier because Rev X installed a handlebar specifically for that. And it does blend in really good if you ask me on the motorcycle. You can't like literally say, oh, it's a handlebar. No, it's like blends in with the design. It's aerodynamic. It looks awesome. It's called GAN metal, for God's sake. This fits well on the motorcycle for the Rev X. Another thing that you observe is the pillion step right here. So it's closely positioned where the rider and the passenger won't be able to bump to each other because there are times that the pillion step is positioned closer to the rider. So now we're gonna take a look at the signal light, and as you can observe, it's actually positioned outside of the motorcycle. Other motorcycles, the signal light is usually installed within the rear light as well, but not in this case because again, FK Motors is trying to go with the sportiness looks. I think for a design perspective, what they actually did here is that they put it on a minimalistic design for more aerodynamics, less weight, and cooler design. I think that they really did a good job with this one. It really matches the aggressiveness and sportiness of the motorcycle. So good job on that. The next thing that we will be talking about is the saddle. As you can observe, this motorcycle is already designed for the Asian market, typically for Filipinos. Now, my height is 5'7". I'm just gonna demo you how it looks like when I ride the motorcycle. So you could typically flat foot this motorcycle, and it's really comfortable to ride. And as you can see, it's really easy to maneuver as well. Now, we're gonna ask my partner here to take a ride with me, so you guys will see how it looks like with the driver and the passenger combined riding the motorcycle. Alright guys, we're now taking a ride at the Rev X, and this is what it looks like when you have someone riding the motorcycle with you. See, I want to emphasize that the foot peg right here, the pillion seat, is not obstructing the rider at any way. Now, if it's not yet obvious, this motorcycle uses the 125cc single-cylinder 4-stroke engine. It actually produces 8.6 Nm of torque at 6,000 RPM. Now, if you ask me, I've taken a ride on this going up the Laguna Heights, on those mountains at Laguna, Cavite, Rizal, and it crushed it. Definitely. So it was easy. I've actually had a passenger with me. There's two of us, and it went through the hills with no problem at all. So it's really smooth. The driving was smooth, and it had no problems going up, even though it's only a 125cc engine. If you ask me, if you're gonna take this to Tagaytay, Baguio City, or Rizal, you ain't gonna have any problem with this. Two ways on starting this motorcycle. The first one would be an electric start system that you have right here. So it's actually an ignition system. So you can start your motorcycle this way. You can also start your motorcycle through here, a manual start by kicking it. The fuel system for this motorcycle uses a carburetor, and it actually has a fuel capacity of 6.3 liters. For this motorcycle, a city driving motorcycle, 125cc, 6.3 liters is a lot. So you can definitely take this on a long ride, because with more gas, that means only one thing: more travel, more fun. And of course, you don't get to stop by any gas station sooner or later when you're going to Marilake or those type of stuff, where gas stations is really hard to find. Now, having that extra gas with you, having that extra capacity, makes everything more secure, more fun, and much easier for the rider. For its transmission, it actually uses a CVT. For the suspension, it actually uses a telescopic fork at the front of the tires. And on the back, for the rear suspension, a unit swing with hydraulic shock that is adjustable on the rear. Now, another thing that I want to emphasize is the braking system. Already in the Rev X 125cc model, it already has double disc brakes. The front and the back both contains the disc brakes. Now, usually motorcycles tend to mix that a lot, having disc brakes in the front and then rear drum brakes at the back. But not in this case. Rev X went all out and gave you two disc brakes, the front and the back, now, which is generally better. On more multiple tests, drum brakes tend to perform less compared to the disc brake, since disc brakes has a greater stopping power. Another thing that surprised me is the tires. Actually, the tires for this bad boy are huge. The front tire is racking 120/70s, and on the back, it has a whooping 130s/70s. For a 125cc motorcycle, Fekon Motors really want to emphasize on aggressiveness and sportiness. That's why they added this huge tires for this motorcycle. Not only does it look aggressive, it looks bulkier and bigger with this kind of tires. Definitely another thumbs up. Did I mention that the tires are already tubeless? Yes. Both of these tires are already tubeless. What does it mean? It means that it is lighter and you don't have to worry about your motorcycle tires being flattened out. Since with tubeless tires, you can definitely install tire sealant that will prevent that kind of scenarios. So another thumbs up with Rev X for having both of the front and the rear tires as tubeless tires. Remember the times when you can only put a piece of paper in your compartment bags? Not anymore. As people, we require a lot of things, especially me working in the IT field. And we usually bring laptop bags with us and we don't want it to get wet, right? So this will definitely help. Not only can it store a full face helmet, but you can put a lot of other things there, such as your laptop, your bags, and your paperworks, all in just one compartment bags. Now, this compartment bags is huge. You can put multiple gloves, papers, and a full face helmet. Now, a lot of people may ask, what is the gas consumption for the Rev X? According to the test results, the gas consumption for this motorcycle usually ranges around 33 kilometers per liter to 35 kilometers per liter. Now that is a lot of money saved when you're trying to commute with this motorcycle. So it's very cheap and it's really fuel efficient. For extra features, it actually has a kill switch that when you put it down, it will automatically kill the engine of the motorcycle. Now, everything about this motorcycle is LED. Everything from the headlamp, high beam, the tail light, all of them are LED, which means it's brighter, it lasts longer, and it's typically much better for the environment. As you can observe with this headlamp, it actually has two modes. For the low beam, it actually uses a projector lamp, which is really awesome, really high tech. And for the high beam, it's in the default body for the headlight. As you can see, observe this very aggressive lining on the eye, and another light here on the projector lamp, and another one when you use the high beam. So there's separate lights when you use low beam and high beam. For the signal light, it also uses LED. Again, this motorcycle is high tech, packed with LED, sportiness, aggressiveness, including the headlights as well. Right here we have the instrument cluster. So you have here the switch for the high beam and the low beam. You have here the switch for the signal light that you can turn on and off. And right here is the horn. And right here is the engine. Right here are the modes for your motorcycle. Gives you the option to turn off your headlight during the day. And you can turn it on and off right here. So that's really convenient. And you can see here the instrument cluster. So we have here a digital panel already, and it features you the gas, the date today, and how many kilometers have you run already. So you have different modes as well. You have your odometer, time, date, trip. So you can all configure this with a click of a button, of course.
The price of this motorcycle starts at 63,500 pesos, and you have multiple color variants: Italian green, battleship gray, black matte, red, and finally the blue color. I'm pretty much sure you have your own color favorite. Fekon motorcycle also has a disinfectant boot that automatically scans your temperature and sprays you with disinfectants. They also practice social distancing and regularly disinfects the shop, ensuring the customer's total safety and peace of mind.
Now they want to give you a motorcycle that is affordable, that gives you everything that you need. FK Motors is already tested in Germany, Europe, Italy, and Portugal. Now they're looking to take on that same goal, on that same success here in the Philippines. If you're interested and if you think that this motorcycle is for you, you could visit one of their branches located at Tarlac, Pampanga, and Muntinlupa. So that's everything about Rev X. If you like to get more info, you could just visit their website at FK Motors right here. That's their website, or click the link in the description. And you can also check again their branches at Muntinlupa, Tarlac, Pampanga. So that's everything, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short video and have a great day.